Left it on there again. Good evening, good morning from Gatwick and from Brisbane. Myself, Budgie, and wrong way, Kieran in Brisbane. How are you, sir?
Good, mate. G'day. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
I know. I'm on it. I was lucky enough I didn't have to watch the game because I don't have that stream to get the Carabao Cup. So things ain't so bad here, mate. I didn't have to watch it or suffer like Anton doing a watch it on.
Yeah, well, Russ did the first half, Anton did the second half.
All right, I see the last 15 minutes when I... Wow,
the guys are actually still live, but they're sending people over as we speak. So,
yeah.
But good evening to everybody that's joined us already. Let's have a little... Hold on. We got to have a little change around here.
Yeah, you got to cheer. You got to cheer them up, mate. Everyone's fucking standing on the gallows at the moment. So
it's awful. It's bloody awful. It's awful for everybody, mate. But
we better just talk about fucking music. Football shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said in the chat on it, like the game.
All right.
I said, at least we can talk about music and food tonight.
Something. G'day, Mark.
Good morning or good evening, Mark. Yeah, we weren't too bad until Alvarez lost his head, and that is true. And it also seemed to be when they brought Salah on as well. I think. Sounded like.
Not just Salah, what they can bring off the bench is quite.
Well, Salah came off the bench.
That's what I mean. You've got that sitting on the bench, Keith. We've got the likes of Antonio and Irvine. It's a bit of a difference.
Good evening, Stan. He says, how painful is it supporting West Ham?
Yeah.
Having defeat from the jaws of it.
Tough, Stan, isn't it? It's tough, mate. We've seen it so many times over the years. Look, I don't feel that bad. Well, one, I didn't have to watch it. But two, as soon as that draw was made, I'd already given up on this Carabao Cup. I predicted we'd lose 3-1 up there. Yeah. And looks like till the sending off, it should have probably ended that way.
Yeah,
So I didn't have any hope or expectation of doing anything. So.
Good evening, Randy. Thank you for joining, buddy. All right, guys, how you doing? Incredibly frustrating, but the pressure is now on against Brentford. It certainly is, mate. We need a repeat of last season against them. I think we beat them home and away last season, didn't we?
Their B team's pretty good, though, Stan. This is the thing.
Yeah. Malty, good evening to you, sir. Thank you. Michael, thank you for joining. Usual. Good evening to you, sir. Peter Chelmsford, players knew they were beaten before they got off the coast. 50 years and I still love West Ham United. Yeah, mate. Kieran and I have been suffering it a little bit longer than that, mate. And we still love
them. Not by much.
No, not by not enough.
Depends if you see, supported West Ham when you come out of the womb, we've got 60 odd years. But if you sort of say about, I don't know, from about 7. Yeah, we're in the 50s. Michael.
Yeah. Simon says, good evening, Budgie and Kieran. We all need cheering up. We're hoping.
I know, mate. I know. Talking about that fucking game's not going to do it.
John Brown, good evening.
Anton looked fucking ropeable, didn't he? I was just watching him. He looked ropeable. Mate, geez, that watch along. I always remember saying that when to the old mate Charlie Walsh, you know. Fucking hell, it's tough when West Ham was shit. I don't know how you get through over an hour and a half, 2 hours of watching that. And oh my God.
Yeah.
That last 20 minutes must have been torture. Absolute torture.
Marcus, good evening to you, sir. We have a good team, but there doesn't seem to be a clear strategy in place by Loppe. Our players,
hey, Marcus.
They do look lost indeed, bud, you know. Flip-flop will have to go after defeat against Brentford on Saturday. The scoreline matching last season is a bit misleading.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
That's the impression I get. 5-1 was a bit harsh, but still, it's 5-1. That's the way it is, mate.
Yeah. Randy says if we don't try and get the 6 points against Brentford and Ipswich, then he can see Lopetegui lasting not very much longer.
I think that, Randy, they have become crucial, right? I think them two games, it's starting to drag on. I always said I can't even think about Lopetegui or judging till about 10 games in. Yeah. Well, after Ipswich and Brentford, we're getting close to that fucking 10 games, man. If you took in the 2 cup games. So, and at the moment, there's not many positives, and that's the problem. We need something to hang on to.
Yeah.
G'day, Brendan.
Good evening, Brendan. Thank you for joining. We are in that game up to the red card. And it's dropped. Yeah, we were in the game. Leslie Marston. Good evening to you, mate. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Alan. Morning, Budgie and Kieran. Another end to the corrupt cup. Glad we're out.
Yeah, fuck it, mate. They know what is in it. They got what they want. It's fuck me. Talk Sport will be off now, won't they? When they careful what you wish for, brigade. They'll be throwing that out to everyone. They'll be getting some lunatic West Ham supporters on there to Lopetegui, fuck him off, get rid of him, and that'll be it. They'll be laughing at him. Going, well, you did what, boys? Look at you. I saw that I said that 7 months ago on here. That's going to happen. It's going to happen more so this week.
Yeah. Brendan's asking usual, what are the odds on our leading goal scorer?
You were doing all right with them, weren't we?
Not bad.
We get another 60 of them, I think we'll be right.
Oh, sorry. We've lost 5 out of 6 games against Brentford before we beat Brentford.
Well, we've turned the corner, Peter. That's what that means. We're winning the next 5 now. That's what it means.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the game before that, so if we were to go back 7 games, that was the 2-2 draw, because I was at that one. That was my first game back, my first game at the London Stadium. So, my first game was 75, Kieran.
Was it, Michael? 75, mate. At the final, yeah? Brilliant.
Great game to go to your first game.
That's brilliant, man. There's another one. I don't think I could make that final. I was 14 at the time. And I think we had a fucking family wedding on that day.
All right.
I couldn't make it, man. I couldn't believe it. I never got there. But, weddings come first in the family. There's usually one every other week.
I didn't go. Yeah, I was about 14 myself. Why didn't I go? In fact, I was about 13. But I was going to games then. Why didn't I go? Can't remember.
Mark, you'd be younger, Mark. Was your dad take you, was I?
No, I used to go with...
No, to Michael, so I'm asking that.
Yeah, no, my dad only ever took me twice.
No.
But I used to go with pals from Crawley, and we would go up there, and one of my pals, his older brother, used to, go up there. He was a regular. He's about 8 years older than us. And he used to kind of supervise us onto the train at Crawley. And then after that, he was gone, mate. It was like, you fuckers can stay on.
Yeah, I was more wondering about Michael, whether his dad talking to that.
Oh, right. Loppy won't be sacked. He will walk before that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, he's meant to be on this fucking KPI shit, isn't he? He's performance related, so he's got to start performing. Simple as that.
City Solar, good evening. It's definitely not working out, Bowen as captain.
I see.
Yeah. Ipswich getting more settled after drawing their last 3 league games. Yeah, indeed.
They don't play bad football there, Peter. I've watched Ipswich. They play all right, man. I don't think they're going to struggle to stay up.
Football, mate.
But not a bad footballing team, mate.
Yeah.
They'll be battling to stay up all season.
Lyle went up there after he left us, John Lyle, and I've spoken to Craig a couple of times about it, and he was saying how good a manager John Lyle was, and he kind of installed the mentality of playing attractive football and winning games, and that kind of seems to be coming back for him, that kind of style of play. Dick Turpin, good evening to you, sir. Wear the kit, but not the heart. Yeah. Loppy might walk before the next international break.
I don't think he's walking anywhere. I don't, man.
We have another international break in October and always play badly after them.
Yeah.
Spurs got Man City in the next round.
Oh, well, there's one of them gone.
Talk shite anymore. The game finished. I don't.
They Michael. Yeah, I thought they would be, mate.
I don't fucking doubt. Peter, Brentford away, Ipswich home, Spurs away, Man United at home, Forest away. No easy games there.
No, Peter. They're tough. I don't think there's any easy games for us in this Premier League, because I watched all the highlights of the games last weekend, right? And just for my own sake, I said, right, who sort of looks like one of the worst teams here? And, I think we do with Southampton. That's how I looked at it. We look worse than Forest or Brighton. Definitely not. They get the top lot, but the ones who I think should be around us, we look poorer than all of them. And that's worrying at this stage. And you think, well, he's got to change things around. We've got to start looking better than these teams that we presume get relegated of Leicester and Ipswich. Southampton.
Wolves would have got a better result than we got.
Wolves have been a bit unlucky in their games, but from what I've seen, they've been a bit unlucky.
Yeah, they've been playing very good football. Good evening to you, Darren. He says, good evening, gents and chat. Didn't deserve 5-1. He blames Alvarez. Will he ever learn?
Yeah. No, I don't think he will, Mike. I don't think he will learn. Oh, good one, Michael. That's a good story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Good,
Love that.
I
couldn't go to football with my granddad, the only grandparent I ever knew. I couldn't go football with him because he was a Tottenham fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I only ever met one grandparent, my nan. She was living in Ireland, mate, so the only time I saw her once a year.
Randy says that the issue with the Lopetegui appointment was that it was a split decision, and if he gets the sack, I'm holding either everyone responsible or mostly Sullivan for choosing him.
Yeah.
Glenn Edmondson. I want David Sullivan out of my club now.
Well, mate, if he come up with about 600 million, he might fuck off.
Yeah. There you go. That was the first time Alvarez has ever been sent off.
Was it, Mark? But, I mean, that's surprising. That is surprising.
He is injured at the moment. Oh. Can this be the end of boring 50-plus coaches? John Lyle didn't have a great start to his West Ham career. No, he didn't. But look what he cemented.
What?
If you
What are you saying,
ask,
Michael?
if you were to ask any West Ham fan that's known the club since the 60s, like we have, you know.
No, but what I think Michael's point is there, and there's plenty of them. There's plenty of examples of this, right? Arteta being one recently. But
Yeah.
they were diabolical when he first turned up because he tried to play the ball out of the back, and they weren't good enough to do it. Kept giving the ball away, losing goals. You can. Alex Ferguson was probably a game away from getting the sack at Man United before he turned it around. So there is that. But every game you go and defeats like this, conceding 5, it's just another nail into it. It's just a bit more pressure for that manager to get it right. And there's no evidence to me, but I didn't see the game tonight, that he's going to do it anytime soon. It's going to take a lot longer than we think, if it comes good. It's worrying.
If it comes good. And yeah, I get the point. You know, John Lowe had a rough start, and look what he's cemented. Yeah, look what he built.
Exactly.
And, there is that point, but the fact is that the climate of the game now has completely changed, and managers don't get that. I mean, look at Alex Ferguson when he first went to Man United. Couldn't buy a win.
Say, but it depends how long you stick with it. You had Arsenal supporters, Arsenal fan TV, fucking calling for his head. You know what I mean? Arteta. Now, in the last 2 seasons, they've challenged for the title and been, that close to maybe nipping it. So he had made them a lot better team. But like I said, they could have sacked him.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Right. This is a good point, actually, Andy. Another problem is that Sullivan picked the manager who's associated with the agent he dealt with before in Salthouse. He put his own ego and self-interest rather than appointing a progressive head coach.
Yeah.
Lundig 2 pitch. Good evening to you, sir. Christmas is too late, he's saying, for changing him. Tottenham Blue Man City trophy list then. Arteta had a bad start at Arsenal. Exactly that, Mandy. Arteta had unlimited amounts of money to throw at it, though. True. 99% of West Ham fans wrote off this game off when the draw was done.
Absolutely, Mike.
Hang on. Darren, Loppy under pressure big time. Need to win Brentford and Ipswich.
There are 2 important fixtures. There are 2 important fixtures here, man. I think I think you need 4 points from them. You need not to lose against Brentford and beat Ipswich. You need 4 points.
I think we need 6 from both of them.
Well, I think we need 6, but I think you've got to get 4.
Yeah.
You really have.
Yeah.
If you come away with them, but say 1 point or something, that'd be disastrous.
Yeah. I don't. No, it's all right. I was just checking something on the other screen. Right. I don't think that it's time to panic just yet. We've got to be concerned. We've got to be concerned. But I don't see a time for us to panic yet. I mean, we're only 5 games into the league. We've had 2 cup games. We won 1 and we lost 1. Fair play, That happens to us every bloody season. We've had 1 win and 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses, haven't we? That's not terrible.
But we're averaging less than a point a game, Gazer. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's
and true. 3 losses at home. Doesn't help.
Yeah. Apologies, I only just punched the like button. Thank you, Brendan. And everyone else, if you're watching, we got 197 people, 189 now, viewing. Don't forget to tap the old like button. I take full responsibility. As I said, I want Loppy to be successful, but the fact is, very many positives. There are not very many positives of his appointment, despite the performance. Felt like it was
Do you
not
know,
5-1 and smoothly.
through the off-season there, Budge, I think what's really sort of pissing people off or is that doing people's heads in at the moment, there was so much good feeling about the signings we were bringing in, and we all started getting it. Moyes' goal, and most of us wanted that. I weren't sure about this Lopetegui. I couldn't fucking tell he was any good or not, right? So I weren't anti him and I weren't pro him either. But we had a good feeling about all the signings that we'd brought in and that, and it was all looking, quite rosy for the start of the season, wasn't it? Looking, woohoo, this could be good. And, within about 6 weeks, we go, oh my God, it isn't that good. It's been shit. And like I say, to go to have where you get 5 stuck past shut, oh man, it's just another kick in the nuts. And Lopetegui, he's got to get some. I still don't know how we're playing, what system we're playing. I can't work it out, mate. It's all over the shop. Yeah. He's got to get something working and stick with it.
And stick with it, yeah. Good evening, Trodge. Thank you for joining, mate. Good evening, Lawrence. And good evening, Happy.
Lawrence, Happy H.
Get on the naughty step car. That's unforgivable. Yeah, forgetting to hit the like button. Don't panic, Mr. Chelmsford. Colin, good evening to you, sir.
Hey, Colin.
Good evening, gents, and everyone in the chat. I am so depressed. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I cannot see anything changing. I can see us not getting anything from a few games. John Lyle was a great manager, Budgie. Lobby to go now.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's start it. Lobby out. Come on. Let's start it. Fuck him off. Be honest. I don't. Be honest, Budgie. I don't see it working out myself, right? I'm not going to fucking go mental about him, but I don't see it working. I got a really bad feeling. I had it after the 3rd game. I went, oh, this boy's not quite what everyone thought he might be. So I got a bad feeling that it's not going to work out.
Yeah. Okay, so the full draw for the next round, if anyone's interested. Brentford, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Stoke or Tottenham. Oh no, Stoke, Tottenham, City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Man U, Leicester, Brighton, Liverpool, Preston, Arsenal, Villa, Palace.
All right.
Well, at least
it doesn't matter. We're not in it.
Got clubs being taken out. She fell asleep, Randy. I'll guarantee it, mate. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Yeah. Played top 5 teams in Fulham and Palace. So, yeah, it's a waiting game. Exactly right, Mike. And thank you for joining us and commenting on that, mate. Yeah, it is a waiting game. And I think, which is why we have to give it 10 league games before we really start turning the screws,
Yeah, we do it.
Can't think of one positive he has produced. Can any of you?
I've seen little bits. I don't know how Somerville played tonight, but I thought the other day he was a bit of a box spark. But with the money we spent, I expect to see more positives.
Happy chipped tooth watching that. What you do? Smash yourself in the mouth with a pint glass? I bet that's what it was. I bet you. Darren, playing well when it was 2-1, trying to be positive. Alvarez going, tip the scale.
Yeah, that didn't help, did it?
Nah. Michael, Newcastle aren't through yet. If we lose to Ipswich, can we panic?
I think we can, George. I think if we got fucked by Ipswich, it's starting to bring out the burning torches, mate, and march to the fucking ground.
Permission granted. You can start making up your protest signs.
Well, you got to burn him. Burn him as a witch. He's not fucking no good.
Yeah, everybody get your little, what do you call them out? Little dollies, what they call.
We'll send in the witch finder general. Fuck him off.
I think he was playing 4-2-3-1.
Is that what we do?
It was a very scruffy one. I thought you'd have veneers by now, HH. All Essex girls do, don't they? Ooh.
Nice. Got fair comment.
She's asking, does he think she's orange too?
Yeah, you got to get your suntan in the winter there, haven't you? You got to get under that bed.
Talking to your mother.
That fucking Ben White, he must be under the fucking thing every day, that Ben White. You see, he's orange, fucking playing for Arsenal.
So you got their first goal?
I heard it was an own goal.
No, their first goal, well, it was a deflection then, because it was number 41 that hit the ball. Good shot. Are we lacking team spirit? Do we have finger pointers, I wonder?
we fucking are here, Trudge. I'll tell you that. we're lacking chat spirit, because that's it's a hell of a slap, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the team they look a little bit devoid of that, the spirit there. You don't see the camaraderie, or it all look a little bit lost. I don't think fucking Lopetegui jumping up and down on the fucking sideline helps either. Got himself booked, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's just nonsense.
He booked him and Paqueta at the same time, I think it was.
Did they? Yeah, mate.
Good evening, Ian. Thank you for joining, bud. Of course, Spud's got fucking Stoke. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Geezer, the positive could be, obviously Alvarez is out for the next game, so Souček's back in. There's your positive. We got Souček there now, boy. Sweet.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll see Tillier and Guido. Or Giuseppe, or whatever his bloody name is.
Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, I'm not convinced on him. Budge myself. I'm not convinced on him at all. I don't. Don't rate him. I think he's just too slow. I think he's a good player. I think he's too slow for where he's playing in that midfield. Might be all right against Brentford and Ipswich, though. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. See, I was right. She fell asleep. But as I said, guys, people will be gunning for Sullivan's head because there was a lot of push.
Yeah.
A lot of appointments.
And that's a good. It's a good point, Randy. If you're one of them that we're signing, and you don't want him, every game is just convincing you more, man. It was that it was wrong to sign him, because if you didn't want him, then it's looking like you might have been right. But like I said, I'd like to see 10 games in, and then like I said, if it's still like this after 10 games, then he's getting it from me. You know what I mean? I think you've got to think about changing.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep going on playing like this and getting fucked. You can't. You've got to see some hope. There's games where you can lose, Geezer, but see, I actually probably took more positives out of the game when we lost to Man City than I have since. I thought there were more positives in that game than I've seen in any other game.
Yeah.
But it was Man City. So I didn't expect to win, but I thought we'd done all right in that game. I thought I saw something there that was, but it's gone backwards since then.
Yeah.
Really backwards.
And it could be said that the players stepped up for the City game. But why
maybe,
not for the others, It's worrying. It's a worrying trend. And, you asked how Somerville got on. I said, from what I heard, he had a good game. Trod said he was our best player.
All right, see, that's the one positive I've seen recently. All the other rubbish,
I think Wan-Bissaka's been a positive.
Do you know, it shows you maybe where we're at. I just saw, they were doing their review just then, Anton and Russie.
Yeah.
And Russie B said, Paqueta came on and didn't lose the ball as much as usual. Now, if that, as a positive, but is that a positive? that he didn't lose the ball as much as he usually does.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be fucking losing it at all.
Yeah.
The truth is,
during the watch along, he said that he was losing the ball less than Soler. Well, which was quite funny. But yeah,
did Soler? Did Soler do all right, or was he a bit hit and miss?
Eh?
That's Soler. Did he have a decent game? Anyone know in the chat?
Yeah, he's got a decent shot on him and all, mate. It was unlucky he had a decent shot.
Can he score from 60 metres away?
Well, I don't know, but 40, I expect he probably could. Happy says the positives are third kit looks nice.
Yeah, lovely.
And talking of the third kit, you know, we were discussing about the gold V on the neck and the other gold bits on it. They are a tribute to the gold family.
Yeah, I did see that.
100%. Like, it's actually, I've seen it written somewhere.
I don't particularly like it, but it's fair enough if that's why they're doing it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would it have, if it had been Sullivan that had gone, what would they have put on the kit? You know, dildo or what? I don't know.
Blow up doll. Blow up doll, mate. The deluxe. Always get the deluxe model, though, if you go for that blow up doll. Got real hair and all sorts, apparently.
Usual says, funny how I blind myself. I never knew if I was sometimes played upon, afraid to lose.
Oh, usual.
Yeah, that's lyric.
Oh, yeah, man, that's...
No, you got me, usual. You got me.
Yeah.
Voodoo dolls, that's the word, Peter. Yeah, everybody needs to get a voodoo doll of Lopetegui and have it ready for like game number 10.
They're a good band. They're a good band.
Start stabbing
Is that the band? Is that the lyrics from that band? Voodoo dolls?
No.
Sure?
Yeah, voodoo dolls, because I was talking about stabbing the little doll thing, wasn't I?
Oh, right. Well, he done well there. He answered your question and then put a band in as well on the same answer.
Yeah. Dad's Our Job podcast.
Oh,
thank you for joining us, Dad. Hope all is well. Great here, other than being miserable old farts because of the game tonight. But
yeah, I'm not miserable.
We're all doing well. All you do is talk, usual. Oh, talk.
Another band.
That's the band. Well done, Brendan. If that's right. Anyway, gentleman who invented the
John Lyle.
Gentleman who invented the near post corner. You must know.
John Lyle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think we would play the old Keystone Cop formation running around. Alvarez's second booking was a bit unnecessary, however. Cressy is so slow he had to do something. Yeah. Bring out the clown Sullivan. Learn to dig. Yes, HH was very nice from a distance. Looked offside for the first. Yeah, well, VAR cost us. Exactly. November soon, we can put Sully and Lopetegui on top of the bonfire. Still here.
Yeah, 5th of November, yeah, we can sort them both out there, can't we?
Yeah.
Drag them out, set them on the top.
And absolutely right, Happy. The ref was atrocious. Bung. Right, okay. Wagwan. Packard was quality.
Was he? Good.
I didn't see it, but I heard it. I was listening to the watch along. Getting beat for speed, yeah. Feel like the lack of pace in central midfield is worrying.
See that, Randy? What he's saying there, the lack of pace in the midfield is worrying, and it really is. We are too fucking slow, mate.
We're too slow.
If you want to go back play a low block, they might be all right to handle it. But if you want to play football, you need someone with a bit of fucking pace, man. couple of them in there, and we lack it. Absolutely lack it everywhere.
Right, Happy. So, yes, that second yellow means he's going to miss the game against Brentford.
Yeah. So, I know. Yeah.
Loppy got booked and injured. Dad's Our Job podcast. He says, I'm putting this out there. Any fan who wants Lopetegui to be sacked, you're not a proper West Ham fan. We as a fan base need to back our head coach and keep on supporting the team. I agree with that. I actually do agree with backing the coach and the team. You know, and by saying anybody that wants him out is not a proper West Ham fan, I don't totally agree with that, because some of those people never wanted him in.
Yeah, with that, they've got a different perspective. If they were sure that he was the wrong man, and they're seeing what we're seeing now, you can understand why they don't want him. You know, I was on the fence with him, because I really don't know enough about him to say whether he's going to be any good or not.
The classic example of that is Nick from Claret and Booze. He really didn't want Lopetegui at all. And when he was appointed, he said, well, look, you know, he's our coach now. We've got to get behind him, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, obviously, he's been wearing the donkey for a couple of weeks.
But what old Dads is saying there as well, it is too early, mate. It's far too early to worry about throwing him out the door. But if you get to 10 league games in and nothing's getting any better, the panic becomes then, shit, are we going to be in a relegation battle now? Is this where we're heading? Then if you're even thinking that, it's automatically failed. So you've got to look at them. What's the best? Is he going to come good, or do we need to change?
Yeah,
that's going to always be how every Premier League manager. That's not just West Ham, but every Premier League manager will go through that.
Yeah.
So I think it's too early. Dads, I think it's too early to be calling for his head.
Yeah,
I do. 10 games in, I might be doing the same.
Trod says, if we push up, we get torn to shreds. We need Ryan Frederick.
Yeah, at least he had pace.
Yeah. Mind you, so did that other one that we sold to Fulham, and what was his name?
Issa
Diop, yeah.
Issa Diop went, still there. Still kicking the ball.
He had a bit of pace about him, didn't he?
Well, I wouldn't say he was lightning, but
no,
Frederick was quick, really quick.
He was quicker than our midfielders are. Michael thinks that Pac-Man, Soler and Guido will be our midfield at Brentford. Yeah,
it could be Michael. I think he's going to revert back to Souček in there myself. But
Frog in a well. Name I've never, ever seen before. Thank you for joining us, Froggy.
Frog in a well.
Antonio out for starters. The grass on the pitch puts in more effort than him. Two are slow and the other casual, Michael. Yeah, exactly right. Keeping him for 10 games with about 6 points will be awful. Really sad times.
We could, if we go and do Brentford though in Ipswich, I mean, it changes, you know. Say it's a fickle game, this, isn't it? We are all a bit fickle at times. All you need is stick 2 wins on the board and see progression on the pitch. Then we'll change our opinion. At the moment, it's hard to see where the progression's coming from. But it could change in 2 games, man.
Yeah. Happy saying, he needs time, but bloody hell, he's acting like he's absolutely fucking clueless still. And we're 7 competitive games into the league, into the season. Look, Dig, if he can't get results, he needs to get out. I'll give him a target of 6 points from the next 2. Well, doubting he's up to it. Even old man Cantor would have given up mobility. Kante, I know what you mean. There you go. Dad, you can't include tonight to define Jolo's reign. This cup competition favours the big six and off-field or marketing game. It's corrupt. It is. We have moments. If only Kilman had a right foot. Yeah, there was a bit of a scramble in the box, and Kilman tried to get it onto his left foot to shoot, and had the ball taken off his nose.
But he's our centre half, not nice forward.
Yeah, but it was from a corner, you know. I hope we don't bring back Moyes if Loppy goes. Matt, I'm
Matt.
sure that ain't going to happen.
No,
Aaron Wan-Bissaka a central defensive midfielder. Nah, mate. No. That means we have to play Tufal on the right still. And we've got him in to replace Tufal.
Yeah. You know, we can't start putting these square pegs around holes again, mate. I'd like to say Bowen up front for me doesn't work. And I don't believe it ever will. You're going to get an odd good game out of him and an odd goal, but that's it. It's not the answer. Full crew, well, not even in the squad tonight. So, what is this? Is this injury more serious than we were told?
Well, apparently, he was training yesterday.
Was he? All right. Well, I think you need him back, man, and you have to make him work.
Wan-Bissaka is South London through and through, quality player. Absolutely. I mean, the fact that he's from South London doesn't make him a quality player. It makes him, you know, a local man to the club, kind of, you know. He's a Londoner, so that's good. But he is a quality player. And that's because he's learned at a great club. You know, I mean, as much as we, you know, have, you know, like a rivalry with them, Manchester United have always been a great club. Not always been a great team, but they always have great coaches and etc.
I'll tell you what put a lot of people's heads down, because we haven't seen each other since the Saturday game, have we? The Chelsea game.
Yeah.
And it was so poor. You know, we've done reasonably well at London Stadium against Chelsea in recent years, you know, and it saw a lot of fight. I didn't see any of it in that game. I couldn't work out how the setup we had. I couldn't work out what was going on. Everyone, and this ain't just Lopetegui, them players, mate. Jesus Christ, they had a lot to answer. They seem to lack energy and effort.
Yeah.
And it was just so easy. I don't think Chelsea got out of third gear, mate. They were just cruising. And I mean, wow, please. You can't get better than that, boys.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's the players, not so much him. Even though the tactics seem to be confusing to everyone.
This is a great point from Frog. It's the players. Changing managers hasn't made a toss of difference. Training and motivation need looking at.
Fucking hell. Well, definitely motivation there goes up, because I didn't see it in that Chelsea game at all.
Happy's being very optimistic, so obviously she's been on the sauce all bloody night. Looks like I'm going to have to get Europe for a league position.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about Europe next year. I wouldn't be worried about renewing your passport, because it ain't fucking happening. Okay, no.
Yeah. Tadebo did enough for me to be starting next game.
Did it, Michael?
Yeah,
well, there you go. There's a positive.
He didn't look bad. I saw the first 20 minutes of the game, and then my stream dropped out. So.
Well, if that's a positive, we've got to take some positives out of this game. If Tadebo had a good game, if Somerville had a good game, hopefully they bring him to the Brentford game. Hopefully that's good.
Yeah. Mark says he admires Somerville because he always tries to beat his man.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Trevor.
I'd have him in here. He's in.
Oh, mate. One of the greatest number 10s we've ever had.
He's in. But I don't think he'd be very good on these pitches, mate. He like the mud pitches. These pitches are too clean for him, mate. Too easy.
Is that the bloody Magpies or what? giving it all the big one.
What, can you hear him?
Yeah.
Can't even hear him.
Either
I think that's the...
or you got somebody with a wheelbarrow with a squeaky wheel.
Yeah, no, it's them Indian miners, mate.
Oh yeah, the miners.
Yeah, they're the tweety little fuckers.
Yeah, Dallaire was decent. He was. Dallaire was all right, but got mugged off by Curtis for the third goal.
No, forgive him one goal.
Yeah. Colin says he still should tell him Rodriguez and Lockie had a row, and they have also said he has clashed with others over the season. I don't know about it, but I don't doubt it, you know. Hey, big up Anthony Herbert. What happened tonight? I had Tony Early Doors crying down the phone to me. Poor sod. Mate, if I had your number, I'd have been crying down the phone to you as well, Anthony. Thanks for joining in, mate, and thanks for commenting. Nice.
Yeah, mate.
And you boys got a good win tonight as well, I see.
That's the Magpies.
Thank you, Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Bob.
To play or to coach, Alan. Yeah. Hopefully it's just poor start to the season and not the impending doom a lot of us are thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, you've got to. I think the trouble is with YouTube and all these channels, and the more you watch when you go through a period like that, the worse it feels, because it's hard to get up. And so I tried to watch Nick Kilton the other day, and halfway through I had to turn him off. He was so negative. He's so pissed off about everything, and it was like you'd think the fucking club had collapsed. We're going into administration. We're going to get deducted 20 points. It was doom and gloom every sentence. And I went, oh no,
yeah,
no, I don't want every rumor that's thrown about, that's negative to believe it all. You can only believe half of what you hear. So, and like I said, it's still early days, man. But if you are a guy that's was anti-Lopetegui, it's like being anti-Moyes before I was. I didn't want Moyes to come into West Ham. But I did give him his due for that season or so, 18 months. We were good. And I gave him credit for it. I didn't particularly want him because I knew eventually it'd end up that sort of football that I don't like. That's all. And it did. At the moment, Lopetegui, not so. He needs to start turning it around soon.
Thomas Souček invented, didn't he, post corners? Turbo Gig Woof. Turbo, good evening. The Benny Hill formation is the way forward. Souček and Supal should be the girls. Happy thinks that Loppy will walk.
No.
Geltar, I think Somerville deserves a start. Absolutely. He's done really well tonight, by all accounts. 10 games is 4 weeks too much.
Not for me, mate. Not for me. No. I want to give him. I want to give him that time.
Yeah.
10 games and judge him from that. I want to judge him after 10. I've always said that. I'll stick with it. As bad as it was.
From Happy. How different is Loppy's role as head coach to the manager at Sevilla and others?
I don't know.
I have no idea. No idea. I mean, the head coach doesn't select the players, only identifies the position, I think. And then the director of football will identify the players and get them in.
That's how it's meant to work. Even though Kilman was his choice, and they went and got him for him. So he did have some.
I'm bloody glad they did as well, because he looks like a decent player, and I think he's going to cope well.
I'd rather he'd really wanted Duran instead. Oh, it's Greenwood. Okay, I got close, Colin. near post corner. It was Greenwood. All right. I got close.
Yeah. Right, Randy says the strange thing is he feels a little bit sorry for Lobby, but don't at the same time. He also been backed, so has no excuses.
Yeah, that's right, Randy. I said that at the beginning of the season, mate. He's been given a lot of tools to do the job. Now it's down to him. It was so positive with the signings we made over the summer that it was up to him now to make it work. And at the moment, he's been struggling. But we'll see.
Yeah, Peter, that's absolutely right. We are. Nick has been proven right.
Well, he has, because his opinion is that he never wanted him, right?
Yeah.
And Nick Killen, I'm not knocking Nick Killen over this. I'm just saying he was so anti Lopetegui at the beginning. He didn't want him. But then, to be fair to him, he said, "No, right, he's the coach now. That's it. It's not would never have been his pick." But every game that goes on when we play shit like this, it backs up his idea that he's right, and you can't knock him for that. Because it's like that confirmation bias that we all talk about. If if something backs up your argument and you see it week in on the pitch, well, you know what I mean? You're going to be like that. Like I said, I was on the fence because I didn't know enough about him to say whether he's any good or not. But he was, didn't want him. And there's loads of others out there didn't want him. And that confirmation bias is in there now. If I was anti-Lopetegui, I'd feel the same. Going, look, there you go. Proof's in the pudding. But I still think we need 10 league games before I start getting on his case.
Yeah. Apparently I didn't know about the poll and I didn't partake in it, but Proj says that no fans wanted him. There was a poll and he didn't get one vote.
No.
Just wanting to know if there was any difference in the role. Didn't want this manager, Will wanted Amorim. Look at what we got, relegation loading.
Yeah.
Randy says, we all want him to be successful, but this appointment was shoved down our throats by Sullivan without a care or clear vision in a progressive style. I hope Loppy turns it around.
Yeah, that's about it, Randy, isn't it? We was hoping for better by now, but...
Yeah, that's absolutely true, Dad. You wouldn't sack Moyes with 6 months left to save money.
He's not one of them. He's not one of them to sack managers quickly either. He's already proved that.
Mike says the real worry is that Sully will be in charge after 10 days.
Yeah, that ain't changing, Mike.
If anything, mate, I could see him appointing Jack, his son. Sort of saying to him,
he ain't going nowhere, mate. He likes it. He likes playing his little role up there, mate, looking like a Russian fucking idiot.
Amorim wanted West Ham, but someone broke it to the press, and he had to backtrack.
Yeah, he was keen. I don't think West Ham were keen on paying out the money to get him. That was the problem.
Melissa says people voted for him, but very few. Again, that's pace. Yeah. The defence looked shocking. I thought Lopetegui was known for building strong defences. Yeah. It was reported that Lope doesn't have a cash payout clause in his contract. I think he will walk. Look at his press conference after the game just a few minutes ago. Stress on his face says it all.
Is that right? He was a bit stressed out, was he?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very hard. I can't imagine anything worse for these Premier League managers as well, or any manager, to get a slap in 5-1, then have to go and face the press. Must be fucking tough, man. I know. I wouldn't be able to contain myself.
Thank you for joining us, mate. Yeah, he was the one that said about the press conference.
Yeah, Black Country.
If we beat Brentford on Saturday, we're undefeated away from home in the league.
Yeah,
that's a positive.
that's a positive.
Thank you. We were lucky against Palace and Fulham. Oh, I don't think it was lucky against Palace. I think we played reasonably well.
There was elements of luck in the game because they could have had a couple before we scored, but you need luck in games. Yeah, you rely on it. We got lucky against Fulham because of the own goal, wasn't it? I mean the goal right to death with Ings. It was a bit of a Hail Mary throwing him on, but it worked. But
yeah,
we were fortunate to get the point, but we did it.
Yeah. Kalita says the guy said he had studied us and had prepared, but looks what the team is like. Look at what the team is playing. Liam, good evening. Oh, thank you very much. We're crap.
We know, Liam. Liam, we know.
We know. I would like to know where our next points are coming from, because even with my glass half, I can't see it.
The next two games, Abby. That's where the points are coming from. We're getting 6. Head dog. 4 at worst. You have to believe that, otherwise you're conceding that we're gonna be in a relegation battle. Because it's at the end of the day, it's Brentford and Ipswich. We've got to score points. We've just got to.
Yeah. Top up your glass quick, HH, Brendan. You have to laugh or else you cry. Like his face on the sidelines did look worn and stressed more than usual today. Usual looks fresh today, HH. Our strikers have combined age of 97. We need a younger mobile striker in the last window.
Yeah, we know who we wanted. We know who we should have got. He done it again at the weekend, didn't he? He done it again in the weekend, came on and scored.
I know.
He even scored a cracking goal in the European game they played, but it was disallowed for a handball 30 seconds earlier.
Oh, God.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Anyway, he might turn out to be rubbish.
Can you imagine the pressure Paul Krug will be under when he plays?
Well, they're all going to be under it by then.
That's not a bad lineup. That's not a bad lineup at all for what we've got available at the moment. I know he's saying putting Bowen up top.
Yeah.
But
I'd rather not do that. But without full Krug, you got to.
Yeah. That ain't a bad lineup. The return date is the 28th, apparently.
Okay, Michael. What's the date today? I ain't got a fucking clue.
27th, 26th.
So he's meant to be back for the next game. Okay.
No, it's the 25th at the moment, sorry. So in 3 days, he'll be back.
Well, it could be. Is he to start, though, even if he's available? Is he fit enough to start? I don't know.
Troj says AWB doesn't suit Lopetegui's systems Sullivan by. I don't care. I don't care the systems or...
It's a good signing for him.
He was 15 million quid, Troj.
It's a good signing.
You know, that's like going and getting a genuine Red Bull for 50p, that is, mate. I'm telling you.
It's a good signing. You just got to make it work. It's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah. Lopetegui looked at one point like he was nursing a raging migraine.
Well, I think he would have got worse than that game.
Nice to see you in the chat again, Keith. Thank you.
Okay, mate.
Alvarez missing could be a blessing as he has been dropping back into centre back.
Yeah,
Makes me very uneasy.
Yeah, that worries me, guys. I saw that against Chelsea, and I was going, "What the fuck is he doing here?" It was really a weird thing to do, and it left the whole middle of the midfield exposed. Him dropping in as like a third centre half. It was a weird setup. I don't know how that fucking works, to be honest, but it didn't work because we were overrunning the midfield by them. They were cruising through it. So, yeah, maybe he's sending off his part of his frustration. Maybe he's pissed off the way he's been fucking deployed. I don't know.
He says she's glad she didn't go again tonight with a sad face. So, I'm not surprised, mate. I mean, like, kudos or whatever. Fair play to all of those that travelled up to Liverpool today and they're travelling back tonight. Fair play to them. I mean, look, let's be honest, that's a 200 quid day out.
I know, and knowing you more or less, I knew we were getting fucked. I think most people expected us to get fucked. 5-1, a little bit harsh, but to do that journey, and I've done it many times myself, guys, all over the country, knowing we'd probably lose. It's a fucking effort, real effort. Fair play, especially midweek. That's
going to places like Old Trafford, knowing you're going to get a spanking on the pitch and on the terraces.
Exactly, guys. All the games, honestly, I went away games all over the country for years, right?
Yeah.
And I can only count about a handful of games we ever won. We were so bad back then, away from home. I never saw us win at Anfield. Never saw us win at Old Trafford. Never saw us fucking win at Newcastle. Just so many. It was just an odd one we'd win. I remember winning at Swansea that time, at West Brom, Notts County. But I can't remember. I think I might have won once at Tottenham. Definitely won once at Arsenal. But all the others, all the other times I went to them grounds, we lost. But you kept doing it. Right? But a midweek game, especially right up to Liverpool, is a fucking hell of an effort. Fair play.
So if we lose against Ipswich, 4 home defeats, the same as the whole of last season.
Is it, Priya? Yeah, that wouldn't look good, would it? That wouldn't look good.
Yeah, Trod, you're right. He was misused against Chelsea. I do agree with that. Yeah, definitely he was. AWB needs to be played in his strongest position. He's our best defender.
Yeah.
Trini, I agree. Thank you for joining us, buddy. Or thank you for commenting. Defensive fault. Oh, can't cross. Does Loppy speak? Yeah, but hang on, let's get back to that. He can't cross. Well, that's not the best. True. He's not the best. You know, but he has got ability to cross. Maybe not as precisely as someone like James Ward-Prowse or even Sofal. But the thing is, he can carry the ball really well. He can get us up the other end, and like he displayed against Crystal Palace, he can lay off a tidy little ball to somebody else that's running up with him, and we're away. You know, he is a defensive fullback. Right? I agree. But
he's a good defender. Look, because everyone has their weaknesses, Bud. You know what I mean? And I don't think he is the best at getting ball to the line and getting crosses over. I don't think he is, but he's a good, solid defender. If you look at Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's no one better than getting up that way and putting pinpoint crosses into the box. No one better. But I'll tell you what, as a right back, because I was a right back for most of my fucking playing time, he isn't very good. But you gain so much more from him going forward. You've got to have him in the team for me.
Yeah, of course.
You know, he's so good at even his crossfield balls over to Robertson. He balls into the box. He's such a good passer of the ball, but he isn't a great defender. When Liverpool are under pressure, he's pretty poor. You often see Salah, right? This is something people, when they moan about Bowen covering Soufal, you see Salah helping cover Arnold at right back position. Happens a lot because he isn't the best defender. But going forward, which they normally are, Liverpool going forward, he's second to none. So, every good player has a weakness.
Yeah. Peter's asking, does Lopetegui speak Spanish when he's trying to get his tactics to the players, because it looks like it. They're trying to implement it, yeah. Alvarez just keeps on disappointing with his tackle.
Yes, on this occasion.
She says she shipped her soup on a pint of water. Alcohol free. Okay. I'll accept that because you wouldn't lie to me. I know you wouldn't. I think he would add pace to central defensive midfield and stop them running through centre.
Yeah, I can see the thinking, George. It's not what I would do that.
I agree with that, Trini. Great, we've got great attackers, midfield and defence all over the place.
Trini, and it has been, even from last year, we were all over the place, weren't we, conceding that many goals. And it looks like it's carrying on, even though we brought in Wan-Bissaka and Kilman, but we still seem to be conceding goals quite easily.
Mark says 205 people in tonight. I think that's a record.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, please. Thank you, Mark.
And everyone's happy.
Yeah, and actually, there was one show we did, which I think was 246 people. Got to capitalise on Brentford's injury list.
Well, they got one, Matt.
Oh, that's
good.
That sounds.
That's something. I know Wissa's missing from. And Wemo is a boy I wanted to come to West Ham. Yeah, scored a cracking goal last weekend too. Yeah.
And I think to compliment Emerson, instead of extending Creswell, we should have gone for that Rico Henry. I'm telling you. He's such a good player.
And at the end of the day, Budge, it's too late for us to say who we should have got. We've got what we got now. Like, we should have got Duran, but we didn't. But it's what you've got to make what you've got now work. As simple as that. And that's Loppy's fucking job. That's his job. You've got to make it work, man. And like I said, he's got a few more games to make sure it does. Otherwise, we are in for a hell of a long season.
Kieran killing his dinner.
What do you mean by that?
A new generation West Ham Jeff Hurst needed a striker. Yeah, Jeff Hurst was a great player.
We might
play many times.
We might look, full crew. I haven't seen enough of full crew to even judge him. Seen nothing really.
No,
and I don't think. And please, let's not get back to just throwing him up front and leaving him there on his own. If that's what he's going to do, then he's going to get that boy wrong. But everything I've seen about that boy is he needs someone close to him. He likes coming deep, use a bit like Kane, using the ball, left foot, right foot, play people in, and then get involved back into the box. To me, that's obvious how you've got to play him, but I don't think I've seen it yet. And I worry for him. It could be yet another good striker we bought that we're not going to get the best out. But I can't judge him. I need to see him. It doesn't help when he's fucking injured after time.
Do you remember Alan Shearer was famous for his goal celebration? He's running off with his arm up. Jeff Hurst was doing that long before he ever kicked the ball.
In a more conservative way, though, mate. There were the days where we shook hands after a goal, not fucking raped each other.
Darren thinks that Bowen was good tonight.
Was he, Darren?
I don't know.
James E.
Pongo, thank you for joining us, sir. He only on a 2-year deal, and newspaper had Lopetegui as 17th highest paid manager in the league at $3.5 million. Was that per year with an option of an extra year? Kalita says, I think we should be playing a back eight not to get such shameful scoreline. Yeah, good shout. Players need to get hyped up on Red Bull. Social media, Alex Ferguson would never have been the greatest manager ever.
What does that mean?
If social media had been around at that time.
No. Look, it helps when you've got one of the greatest crop of youngsters coming through as well. That helped him a lot. So,
Loppy or Dyche to be the first manager to go?
Oh, Peter, that's a good question, that. I don't think, do you know what, with Dyche, I don't think he's going anywhere. And I'll tell you one thing, when I said I watched all the highlights of all the games the last few weeks ago, Everton are fucking dreadful at the back. But I'll tell you what, they're scoring goals. They can score goals. And once if they can get it tightened up at the back, they'll start picking up results. They are scoring goals. So I wouldn't write Everton off yet. I think they might come good.
Yeah, Peter's saying wish they would go back to the old football combination.
Yeah, absolutely, Peter. Absolutely, so much better.
Yeah, but we're talking about the reserve team, yeah?
Yeah, the reserve.
So you would have first teamers coming back from injury or suspension or whatever.
Yeah, you'd play them in there. And I said, but I've been to Upton Park, when I was too young to go to away games. I remember seeing Bobby Moore there, in the reserves, or Clyde Best, or Harry Redknapp. And, I remember having photos with my little Kodak, taking photos from the sideline. I remember Clyde Best coming over near the corner line, and I remember taking a photo of him and Harry Redknapp. He was always on the right wing. But they were, and I think it was a better competition. Plus, you couldn't have these players on the bench for the game anyway, because you only had one sub, then two subs. So if you weren't picked in, that 13, well, what are you going to do on a Saturday? Then go and play for the reserves if you're coming back for injury or whatever. You can only had 13 players. So, it made sense. And plus a combination there in the reserves was a better competition because every club did that. So you had top players playing in the reserves, and it was better for the younger players to play with too. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better experience.
Definitely. Trotsky's surprised he's on such a low wage, unless it's all performance linked, like Randy says.
Well, it should be performance based, and at the moment,
he ain't getting fucking bonuses.
He ain't getting no bonuses, mate. Getting a P45 if he fucking doesn't shape up.
Happy says that Sullivan is such a sneaky little twat, throwing others under a bus just to try and look good. Claims bragging rights to sign in Somerville too.
Yeah, I'd claim it. I'd claim it as well if it was his. He's been one of the bright sparks.
It was the great Ron Greenwood, says Colin.
Yeah.
Fulham, Palace, tons of others playing more than us. Yeah. Old man, good evening.
Oh, God, it is frightening. Oh, man.
We always have a look. Many channels just overreact. I mean, West Ham supporters know West Ham's history. There's a lot of delusion among some of the fan base.
Yeah, I think so, Trini. I think we do overreact in a lot of this new social media space. At the end of the day, Trini, back in the day, we would have gone to the pub after the game, fucking slagged them off, right, as shit they were, and just by the time it came to next Saturday, we'd forgot about it, and we go again, and we think we're going to win again. Here, in this YouTube world as well, it's just that negativity continues all week up until the next game. And that's just human nature, because people are pissed off by what they've seen. But there's so much more of it coming at you. Sometimes it's good to tune out of it and not watch too much of it when it's that negative.
We've had a very tough run of teams to play. I will judge the boss after a season. We will come good. I'm positive about that, says Mark.
Yeah, Mark, I'll be a bit earlier than you, Mark, but I think that's fair, really, for a lot of managers. I'm just going to get, if nothing changes after 10 games, I'll be a little bit concerned.
Old man's asking how was Tadibo. Well,
apparently all right.
The game, yeah, but from the accounts that we've read in the chat and we've heard on the watch along and the breakdown afterwards with Anton and Russ, he played well, and he didn't look out of place. Trudge says he was decent. Michael, we folded. Trudge says he's better than Mavropanos. Change the subject, but I just had 7 dragonflies in my room. 7.
Nice. Nothing wrong with him.
Maybe you're getting a 6-a-side team with a substitute. You'll have 7 moths in there in a minute. Somerville was good. That was about the only positive.
Well, that's something. To me, I'm happy about that, because I want him to, I've said it before, I want him to take hold of that left wing and make it his own spot and be the man.
Frog, I am with you 100% on that. Being a hammer of over 50 can handle the losses. It's the players consistently not turning up, regardless of the manager.
Yeah, Frog, you know that. If you've been doing it as long as we have, the whole philosophy of West Ham, their supporters, I thought, as we grew up, is you saw that effort on the pitch, regardless of how good they were or not. You gave them credit for it. You always did. There was so many good, hard-working players at West Ham through the years, and you would not forgive a player that didn't put that effort in. Don't matter who he was, he would get shit. Especially when I was in the chicken run, he was definitely getting it if he weren't putting the effort in. It was a criteria.
Even players like, I'm Dylan Tombeach, right? Now, he showed the desire, the effort and everything else in his games. We can't, when he played those few games for us, we loved him. And then he obviously got ill and obviously, later on passed away, sadly. And, we continued our love for him because while he was playing in the claret and blue, he gave it 110% every time he stepped out there. And that was that's one thing that we require as fans of this club, is that if you're going to pull that shirt on, represent it.
Yeah, you do it, mate. I'm going to go back and say, if John McDowell, I love John McDowell. He weren't the best right back in the world, mate, but you could never fault his effort. Jeff Pike in the midfield. What a workhorse that boy was. Yeah. We didn't pay 60 million for these players. We didn't pay loads of money, but they were good, solid, hard-working players. Yeah. And back then, I think every team sort of had them. They weren't always the greatest, but my God, you appreciated the work they put in.
Look at Ginge, James Collins. What a great player he was for us. And what a great, representative of the club he still is.
Yeah.
And, the likes of, Frank McAvenny and Tony Cotty when they were here, they put the effort in, like Frank McAvenny said, in an interview recently I watched called Let's Be Frank. And it's Frank McAvenny and his mate from Scotland. And they interview different people. I haven't watched the Mark Ward one yet, but the Tony Cottee one's quite interesting, quite funny in parts. And Macca says that, you know, I didn't run about. I didn't do anything. I waited around to get chances, you know. He said, and I knew when certain players like you, Tony, and, you know, and he named a couple of others, when you got the ball, you knew I was going to make the run and you would put the ball where I should be. He said, and it worked very well. But, like, even so, he still put in the effort, you know.
His effort was there because it always helps when you've got Devonshire Brooking who will feed you that ball, especially Devonshire for McAvenny. You know what I mean? He'd always find it. He'd always give that ball to Devonshire. He'll find you. Well, for Cottee and McAvenny. So it does help when you've got that in the midfield. But their effort, I wouldn't knock it.
Yeah, Trini says that he's not happy being in relegation battle season after season. Winning the cup was gravy to him. It was amber nectar to me.
Nice. It was
yeah, Peter says better dragonflies than dragons in the bedroom. Oh, hang on, look.
Yeah.
Personal there. Bowen is better on the right. I agree,
Absolutely.
Mate.
He's best position, old man. That's what we needed.
Bowen getting a lot of criticism tonight. Not from us,
Is
mate.
he?
Not from us.
No, not from us, mate. I'm not criticising anyone, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, it would surprise me as well, mate.
Yeah, that would surprise me.
Colin's asking if we lose to Brentford, Ipswich and Spuds, what would we say then?
Yeah.
Well, that would then be 8 league games.
What have we done that 5? 8. Well, yeah, wouldn't be good, Colin.
Then it would be time to start asking major questions, Colin, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
You can't cut your throat to spite your head, if you like. You know what I mean? Or cut off your nose to spite your face, or whatever bloody saying is.
But I will say this, Carl, I don't expect us to lose them 3 games. I think Brentford and Ipswich, I expect us to get at least 4 points. But if we did lose all 3, then, yeah, you need to start worrying then what's going on.
Although I see him as blocking Kudos, I think. If the coach wants us to play different, then surely it's players' fault.
Well, it depends. What they're doing on the training field is how that manager wants them to play. They have to get with the program. Now, if they think it's not working, the players, their heads will go down. And that's the problem with bringing in a new system of players when it doesn't suit them. And I think we've seen it, in recent years with, say, Haller and Skamaka, how we were playing to their strengths didn't suit them at all. And, I think there were 2 good strikers, but we couldn't make it work. Moyes would not play to their strengths. So they lost out on it where other players benefited. I think Antonio benefited immensely under Moyes, the way we played with him. But it didn't suit Skamaka, it didn't suit Haller, and we lost them. Now, these players, the Chelsea game sort of threw me a bit because I didn't know what it was. With Alvarez coming back into the back 3 centre halves and that, but it didn't work. Yeah. And I think they were confused as well. And the whole of the centre of that midfield with Cole Palmer and the other boy, I forget his name, they just run through us like we weren't there.
Yeah,
and I put that down to the coach.
I mean, I went on with the lad that I interviewed on my channel, Wolfie. He's a Chelsea fan, Went on with him on Monday night, was it? I think, or Tuesday? No, Monday. And he asked me a question. He said, "Were Chelsea good on the day, or did West Ham make us look good?" I said, "Well, I think
No,
it was
I
a bit
think they
of
were
both."
decent. They were good.
I
They were decent.
think it was a bit of both. I said, "Look,
Yeah.
I'll admit,
We were awful.
for that first goal when Jackson got the ball, I went, it's all right, it's only Jackson." Because he's been a bit of a donkey, hasn't he, of late?
Yeah. He's
And he
been
goes
disappointed.
towards that goal, and I thought, "Oh, trust me to think that." And then that happens, you know.
But we let him walk into our box and just slot it. I mean, how the fuck did that happen?
But, you know, for me, I think, it was a bit of 50-50. We didn't play at all, and they
No,
played
we
well.
were awful.
Yeah.
We were awful. That happens.
Yeah.
It just can't keep happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm a bit concerned. I've just heard a noise I don't normally hear around here, and that is a jet engine running up before it goes onto the, to take off. Don't normally hear that here. I don't know why that is. Maybe a wind change or something. I don't know. Right, okay. Mark says we could have paid for Amorim with the Guilherme money and still had 8 million to spend on a half decent player.
Well, I must say, if it turns out, and I forget all the rumours and whatever, but if it turned out Steinen didn't want Lopetegui, he did want Amorim, then it is a major fuck up, right? Because I don't believe you can have a sporting director and go the way we've gone, which I think has been a real breath of fresh air, bringing in Steinen and letting him run the show behind the scenes, get the players in, work with the coach, but bring in the coach himself. To me, that makes sense to build that philosophy of football, but you need the right man at the helm to do it. Now, if it does turn out that Steinen didn't want Lopetegui and he did want Amorim, well, it keeps going like this, it's going to make West Ham look fucking stupid again, because you've done it halfway. You let a guy come in to get the players in, but you wouldn't let him do the full job he's meant to do, which is bring that manager. Yeah. So it is worrying.
Yeah. Hold on, where are we? Dennis Irwin. Who's talking about Dennis Irwin? Andy Irvine, you nutter. Don't see myself talking first after getting a 5-1. Took until yesterday to get over Saturday's drubbing, and now this bullshit. Mark says, "Don't say it, Kieran." Dennis Irwin, the leftover Zoomer injection. Duran scored last night in the cup.
Scored again in the cup. Fuck
well
you,
done, Matt. Duran is hungry like the wolf.
Wow. Boy's on fire.
Somerville and Bowen look good enough to play out wide. They kudos to defend. Yeah, I've been calling for that for about 2 or 3 weeks, Damien. To be fair, kudos to run the 10 and Paquetá back there next to Alvarez or whoever, Delau, whatever. Because I think Paquetá is a much better 8 than he is a 10 for me. A penalty there to dive to get. Yeah, they all count for me. You couldn't help yourself, guys. No, didn't. Right, against Brentford and Ipswich, he needs to attack and take the game to both of them. But the defence structure is all over the place. It is. And, you know, we're leaving ourselves wide open at the back. Paqueta could be the one that has to be dropped. A double pivot of Souček and Alvarez when back might make us a bit more solid, at least until the team picks up results and develops confidence. I don't think putting Souček in a double pivot with Alvarez will give many of the fans much confidence. No. I don't know about the team either. In case people thought he did anything else in the game. All right, okay. Bowen had no options going forward. Did Loppy stressed out? That could be because he had 3 games. Well, I heard he had a meeting with Dildo Toby at the weekend. He did, but you've got to remember, he is fronting up Sullivan's business, or one of Sullivan's businesses. So they are bound to have meetings at regular intervals, regardless. Right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that the
it could be like,
we don't, Colin, you know, but I wouldn't necessarily be thinking that he's been given a set number of games.
See, yeah, but if I was having a meeting with Lopetegui after the Chelsea game, I'd be going, what the fuck was that? Could be saying that. No, that was fucking dreadful. Please explain.
Yeah. Damien said he thought Antonio looked decent, would have been better if he had some legs around him. Kudus, for example. I agree. It's true. The best thing about tonight was our fans sung all night long.
Oh, yeah, good lads.
They always do. And, you know, like many fans that I've spoken to from many other teams, they always say that we always bring a great atmosphere with us whenever we go away. You know? I was fortunate enough last season to be at the Brighton away game. And spoke to quite a few Brighton fans, and they were all saying that they love the atmosphere that we bring. So, yeah. Antonio looks good as a super sub, which is what we're all calling for anyway. 6,000 away support tonight. Well done, people. If any of you are listening in or watching right now, well done. Just sorry that, you know, you didn't come back with 3 points, eh? You know?
Yeah.
Soleranings never show for the ball. Antonio role as impact sub rather than starter. His performances have been poor. Agreed. Good evening, Lee. Thank you for joining
us. Good day, Lou.
Hi, Kieran and Budge. I hope you're all well. Let's face it, we're never going to win this game, right? Coming along, we are massive. Shout out to the travelling fans. Hit the like button. Thank you very much, Chef. Very good of you. Antonio looked like he had a point to prove when he first got on the pitch. Proof he needs to come on later in the game.
Be honest, in this particular game, I would have started Antonio. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I thought this game would have been suited for Antonio to start rather than come on later, but there you go. It's just what I thought.
Yeah, little comment for you there.
Yeah, I've done that usual. I remember being on the fucking milk train, geezer, from Newcastle. Fucking me, man. We went all. I don't know where it went, but we seemed to go all over the country, right? About 10 miles an hour, all the way from Newcastle, right? And we didn't get home till about 5 o'clock in the fucking morning the next day, Sunday, because we missed them football specials. Whatever. I mean, we had a few issues up there, and we missed the fucking specials. And the coppers sort of grabbed hold of it. They took us to the train station, but we'd missed the trains. and the only train was a milk train, right, from Newcastle. Fucking, it was the slowest train in the world, mate. And so I ended up, I forget what station we came in, King's Cross or whatever, 5 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the tube to open so we could get back to Upton Park.
Fucking hell.
Fucking mental. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I remember once coming back from, where was it coming back from? Oh, Leicester. We were coming back from Leicester. And we got on the train, and somehow, I don't know how it happened, but we ended up in Birmingham. We got on the wrong bloody train, and it was just mental. There were bands everywhere. It took us fucking hours to get home. Hours and hours. There was only about 8 of us, got on the wrong fucking train. And, yeah, we rolled into, I think it was Euston. Pretty sure it was Euston. We rolled into Euston at about 3:15 in the morning or something.
Yeah, mental, isn't it?
Yeah, and yeah, that was, and at that time they'd only just started doing the old night buses. You know,
Yeah.
they hadn't long been doing them, and they weren't.
No, we had them. Yeah, that was it. You could get that night. Was it N98 or something?
Yeah, well, that was the one
stopped up the city
Park or whatever.
They used to come down to Romford Road, geezer. I think it went all the way to Romford. And you stop at the Romford Road and then walk down Green Street for me to get home. But I've done that a couple of times.
I think the one with the N17, I think it was.
Was it? N98's in my head, geezer. I don't know why, but maybe.
I think it was the N17 to Croydon.
Ah, for you, yeah, right.
I used to go to Croydon, and then, like, there would be, like, one train after midnight going back towards, well, it would stop at Three Bridges, which is okay for me. But there was only one train, so if you missed that one, you were fucked. We got on this bus, got to Croydon. Well, a couple of the lads got off before Croydon, but there was like 3 of us at Croydon, and then we got. I think we chipped in and got a cab. Cost us about 12 quid from Croydon to Crawley, and we had about 11 quid on us between us. And we were going to the driver, mate. All right, just take us to where 11 quid will get us then.
I know.
And he was all stroppy, and then he heard us all chatting in the back, and then he went, "Oh, I'll tell you what, boys." He goes, "I'll take it." It was a black cab, you know. He goes, "I'll take you to Crawley Town Centre." He goes, "Just give us a tenner." I was like, "Oh, nice one, mate." So we had a quid between us but that quid got us all a portion of chips from the late burger man. You know, I think they were about 30p a portion or something. So we all had a bag of chips to walk home with, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I loved all the away games I went to. Great back in the day. Good evening, Lynn. Thank you for joining us. I had a bad feeling about this season.
Yeah, we all do at the moment, Lynn, until it changes.
I'm going to flick through the chat a little bit so that I can catch any questions or anything really that. Oh, right, there we go. Look. Oh, no, that one. Michael says, "Night all, early start." Michael, thank you for joining us. As always, you're a regular and we appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget, tap the like button on your way out if you haven't done already, buddy.
Nice one, Michael.
Yeah, that's true. The fullbacks get all the time on the ball and they need to be creative. And they haven't really been, to be fair. Never ever closes down across. He's always in the middle. Why?
It's tactical. Whatever that is, it's tactical. I don't think it's because Soufal just feels like disappearing from the wing.
Yeah. Trini says if we only lost 4 at home last season, we must have lost nearly all of our away games. Yeah, we didn't do, but we did draw a few at home as well. That's where we lost a few points as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract is expiring at the end of the season.
You'd have him tomorrow, mate. I'd have him tomorrow.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to play him as a right wing back, though, would you?
Yeah, I would play. I'd play him in the midfield. I don't care. The boys.
Yeah, I would. I'd play him.
I don't care where you play him.
I'd stick him next to the centre midfielder. You know, I'd have him and like Alvarez or Soler or whoever, Rodriguez, whatever. Yeah, Damien, it was depressing, to say the very least. As the Tabutio World Cup finished.
Fuck no shit, Sean.
Yeah. It's an cannot compensate his life. What we were saying earlier on.
Exactly, Trini, yeah.
Team balance is fucked, so I think we need to do something left field.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something's wrong.
All I want for Christmas
oh dear.
That's the frogs away.
I've got one there for Mark and Brendan there.
Sorry?
So I think they'll get it, right? Do you know, a lyric, right? A hungry feeling came over me stealing. All the mice were screaming in my prison cell. But it's a very Irish song, guys.
Oh, I don't know.
I reckon Brendan will be on that anyway.
Trosh said he wanted Rico Henry years ago, but he's getting a bit old now.
Yeah, we were sort of linked to him a couple of years ago when it looked like, yeah, he could have been the boy.
Yeah. Kitson and Hartson, great duo. Oh, a great pair of players anyway. Great duo.
Yeah.
Good night, Damien. Thank you for joining us. Losing interest.
Yeah.
I worry Loppy is not getting his plan across, or even worse, he hasn't got a plan. What do you lads think?
Yeah, one way or the other, it's definitely not getting across.
No. And to be fair, you know, is he demanding of players what they can't produce? You know, like for example, when he stuck Aaron Wan-Bissaka over on the left wing, on the left back, I know he had to do something, but he had Creswell on the bench, and he started Creswell tonight. So, you know, I'm getting mixed messages from them.
I take it Wan-Bissaka didn't come on, did he? No, he's saving him for the league game. At the end of the day, the league game's going to be more important now. So,
Right, to get sacked, I would imagine. John Dyson, Gary O'Neill 6-1, Russell Martin 8-1, Lopetegui 8-1 before tonight's game.
well, I'd put a bet on George that Dyche won't be the first one to go. I don't think Dyche is going anywhere. But there you go.
Yeah. Colin's saying, what about this for a team? He's saying it's a 4-4-2, which he thought we would play better with 2 up front.
Right.
Ariola, Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Tadibo, Emerson, Somerville, left wing, Keter Alvarez, Kudus, right wing, Fulkrug and Bowen up front.
I'd have Bowen on the right wing and Fulkrug up front.
Yeah.
Colin. But I do believe you need to get someone close to Fulkrug to make it work. But
yeah, for its benefit.
I said I've not seen enough of that boy to know where he's going to come good. And even if he comes good, I believe Fulkrug is a guy that's going to get you 10 goals a year, like probably Antonio was doing. I don't think he's going to rip up everything and just score 15 to 20. I don't believe that's ever going to happen. But I think he will link up play better and make us more attacking if we play him right and get someone near him. But we'll see.
Right, well, look, we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes, mate, and I am bloody knackered, I've got to be honest. It's around midnight now here. So, what, 9 a.m. for you?
Yeah, you're just past midnight, guys. At 9 a.m. for me, yeah. You've just gone past.
So you've got your day to attend to. I've got to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Got to walk the mat again before I go to bed. And if it's pissing with rain, I'm not going to be happy.
Is it? It's lovely here, goes up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm packing my bag soon. I'm coming over. But anyway, listen. I haven't got to all your comments. I do apologise, people.
Yeah, wank up.
Yeah. There's fucking so many of them, though.
Yeah, boys. They do like throwing them in, don't they?
Hold on a minute.
It's good.
Look who's just turned up.
Yeah, Racey boy. How you doing, mate?
Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining us. Right at the end, you bloody donut. Look, Happy's got a nickname for him as well. Look, Babyface. Right, okay. Well, you didn't miss much, mate. It was shit.
Yeah. I was sleeping, Reece, so yeah, nothing to worry about.
At least it was like therapy, and I love your show.
It's definitely that. Let's not get too down on it, boys.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, James.
James, we'll be winning at the weekend. See you later, Lee.
Yeah,
we'll win at the weekend, and we'll feel a bit better. How's that?
Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Mark. Shame about the team. Absolutely. Right, well, on that note, I will say, cheers, Reece, and we'll do something soon. I'll get hold of you, and we'll do something together, no doubt. Onwards and upwards, night horse as usual, night usual. Have some fish and chips, do you good. And Happy says, thank you, everyone. Always look on the bright side. Give the boys a like, please, chat. Good night. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to give us a like. I'm going to play you out with 2 little videos. One, just a little short 13-second memory of our friend Peach. And then I'll play us out with the usual outro. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Layers. Be lucky.
You're right.
These guys don't even know what I'm talking about. Yo, Bryce or Henderson? Bryce or Henderson? Name me one name. Yo, you guys are whack. There you go.